Hello. How do I look? How do I sound? How are you lovely people doing today? Look, I switched my tie up. I'm feeling adventurous today. So, today we have a fun show. Cut Like This is on the show. And we're going to cut our little minds into pieces. But I got some news for you before we bring them on. What did I do last weekend? I went to see Impaler. Yes, VonPod guest Bill Lindsay's monster rock, punk rock, heavy metal band from Minnesota. One of the inventors of the, I guess, modern shock rock. You got to go check out the episode if you didn't hear it before. They came to Brooklyn. This show was supposed to happen like years ago, but then the pandemic, So I actually got to see one of my guests, Impaler, last week, and I filmed the show with multi-cameras. So there's gonna be a whole production going on with that. What else can I tell you about? How about some documentary? Oh no, my stickers are all the way over there. Oh no, that's the wrong one. My documentary, The Life and Slimes of Dukey Flyswatter and Haunted Garage. As you know, the campaign is over. I need to go on Indiegogo and make this a store of some kind. But I know I owe some of you guys stickers. They're coming out soon. Probably we sent out this week. But I got some big news. Well, big to me at least. I hope you're as excited as I am. I have been interviewing virtually their old drummer Johnny Howell, and he sent me a new box of fun stuff to play with. When they say like just envision things and you will manifest them. I manifested this box of tapes. I swear, I was like, this guy's gonna have some shit in his garage or storage or whatever. Let's see what we got here. Here's some. Look at these tapes, man. I got these yesterday. I still have I'm so excited to dive into them. Set for Halloween. Haunted Garage 3D. Haunted Garage. I don't even know what this is. Haunted and Flaunted. My Disciple for the Tantrum EP. Let's see. Pre-production demos. Wow. What else do we got? That's just one pile. Haunted Garage on the radio. If you love physical media and old stuff, you're going to love looking at these tapes. The Coconut Teaser, Dukey's birthday. Don't know what year. Oh, here's a Junkyard. He used to be in Junkyard before that guy from Minor Threat was in Junkyard. Haunted Garage at the Music Machine. I'm guessing that's also on this cassette. Psycho de Mayo. Who knows? It's a mystery. But it's Haunted Garage. What's this? Undead at San Francisco in the Scatterbox. I wonder if I have this show or not. I have two other shows from the Chatterbox. Frightwig on the other side. How cool is that? The Garage is alive. I don't know what this is. Haunted Garage, the bootleg tape. What does that mean? We'll find out. One of them is from Scream. This is all X'd out. I hope that means it's still on the tape, because apparently they play the Sorority Sister Succubus song in this set. That's pretty fucking cool. What else do we got? Am I boring you with my tapes? Because this really excites me. Oh, this is some Mother's Day stuff. Mother's Day with a J card that I've never seen before. Another Mother's Day with a different J card I've never seen before. That's the one I have. We got some more songs about Satan and other stuff to piss your parents off about which was recorded as like an Epitaph demo, actually. And look, we even got some new tapes, video cassette tapes, VHS tapes. Live at the Coconut Teaser. I don't think I have this one. Thanksgiving. I don't think I have this one. This one I had a copy of Live at the Music Machine, but this could be a better copy of it. Anyways, I'm excited about that, and I will probably start going through those this weekend. But you know what we should do now? Let's bring on our guests and hope technology is in our favor. I can hear you.
Yes.
Can you hear
we
me?
can hear you. Yes.
Hey, we did a success.
Awesome.
Cut like this. What's going on? Can you introduce yourself to my my wonderful audience here?
What's going on?
What's up?
I am Roseblood, singer of Cut Like This.
I am Thorn Black, the guitarist.
My God, I gotta remember these names because
I know,
as you know,
we have so many.
Everyone we know has like 5 different names, and I only have space for like 2 or 3 of them at a time. Does it bother you that people know you by different names, or is that kind of like a fun
I feel like that's just part of being in the scene in the first place. You know,
Yeah.
It's just accepting whatever kooky name somebody decides that, you know, it's like whatever they want to be that day. You know what I mean? I respect it. Go for it. You know?
That's true. So would you say you're, I don't know, it's like a rebranding of yourself, or did you just feel like the old you was dead and needed to be, you know, something else come along?
I wanted to create something totally different and just kind of, you know, just show the evolution and the transformation and not really focus on, you know what I mean, that old energy and stuff. Not that I didn't love being in that band, but you know, it's like I wanted with this band for people to think about this music and not the music I wrote for a different project, because it has a much heavier vibe to it and it's a lot more aggressive, I would say, than my past project. So I think that it's good when artists decide to really shift their sound to like branch off into a different thing.
Sure. Well, would you like to? I have here your CD, Cut Like This.
Oh snap!
Oh snap! Look at
He's
these
got
pretty
the official.
people. Yes, of course.
Hard
I love
copy.
my physical media, and you know, when there's especially something like this, like probably not that many people in the world are gonna have this, so it's kind of like extra special, you know.
Yeah.
I
spent a long time thinking about the artwork for that album. I illustrated the cover.
Oh, did you do this?
Yeah.
Look at how cool it is. What is this? It's like some chainsaws and a girl. I don't know if it's just her head or if that's her chainsaws. What's the story here?
It's like a doll's head in between 2 chainsaws because it looks really badass.
Kind of like a skull and crossbones kind of deal?
Yes, exactly, but with a doll head.
Yeah, kind of like, I don't know, I get like Evil Dead vibes or something like that.
Yes,
is that fair to say?
With that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how would you describe your music? I mean, it's not totally unlike other things, but I can't think of any one band that sounds like you specifically either.
Yeah, I think that we're kind of a mix of, you know, all the different things that we grew up listening to, you know, and so it's like, you know, when I was most passionately into music and like, you know, from like those teen years where you're just like the most passionate that you can ever possibly be, it was
what
just
was Teen Roseblood listening to?
Teen Roseblood was listening to Korn and Manson and all kinds of stuff like that.
Same here.
That was pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was just this awesome, you know, finding goth music and finding that there was actually all people that like were into spooky stuff, you know. So I consider us kind of like there's a new school of horror punk that I have noticed that is not shy to embrace its metal brothers, you know. So they're kind of have like that kind of like Wednesday 13,
okay,
more recent albums, you know.
Okay.
that have like
Yeah.
it has a much heavier
I
guitar
gotta check it
sound.
out.
Yeah,
I mean, I know the Murder Dolls. I saw the Murder Dolls back in the day, but
yeah. So
I never saw Wednesday 13 solo. Although I think I might have opened for him. I think I just left early. You know what I'm talking about.
shame,
This was
shame
if
upon
this
you.
happened, you like I was the first band of like 12 bands at
Oh,
Blackthorn,
yeah, that's
you know, and
brutal.
you're just like, do I want to
Yeah.
wait 10 hours to see the headliner?
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, I
That's a
think
lot.
I opened for Wednesday 13, but I can't confirm that.
Well, I played with him with my old band,
Okay,
with one of his side projects. It was like I think it was called Gunfire 76 or
Was
something
that
like
like the
that.
country thing he did?
No,
No.
it was still pretty. It was still like very rock and roll, but it was more like straight up rock and roll and less like
Okay.
spooky and stuff. But it was still really fun, and I followed his work throughout many different
Sure.
bands, and I just like his style.
I love that Murders Dolls album. Murder Dolls.
Yeah. That was playing nonstop. Oh man.
Would
But
you
anyway,
say
during that time, everybody kind of I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, that's okay.
But
I just was there a little bit of OTEP in there? Because I feel like
oh
I hear
yeah,
some
there's
OTEP in
definitely
here.
yeah. No, I'm a huge fan. I will happily admit it
Okay.
all over the world. I'm a huge fan of OTEP. I
Yeah,
love
it
her
definitely
stuff
shows
so
through
much.
in like in the best way, you know.
And yeah, so at that time in music, I feel like everybody was super cool with just like mashing together whatever they wanted. Like
Yeah.
Cold Chamber was kind of
Oh, I
it was
love Cold
metal, but it had
Chamber.
a lot of gothiness to it. It
That's
had a
what
lot of
I loved
spookiness.
about Cold Chamber. Like they were the new metal band that wore fishnets.
Yeah,
So like I
exactly.
related to them more than the other ones.
Yes,
I
I
didn't do like
agree.
the baggy pants thing. I was like fishnets with a Hellraiser shirt. That's my
Yes,
shit. That's right there. That's
yes.
my thing.
I approve of that outfit. I think that's good.
Yeah. I met some of them once. Same with OTEP. They were both on a show that I used to work for. So
Oh, awesome.
yeah, they didn't pay much, but I did get to meet some cool people, you know.
Hey, that's a
Nice.
trade-off that we as artists make. It's like
Yeah.
that's how we judge whether we'll take jobs. We're like, well, but is this one more fun? Like
Right.
that's a serious
Mhm.
thing that we think about that I think normal people don't. Normal people
Yeah.
are like
No, yeah, because
they have much loftier goals.
right. I feel like well, speaking for myself perhaps, but a lot of the artistic, well, let's just say the cooler the job, the less it probably pays. So there's like a balance in there, and you take what you can get, you know. And if it's an
Mhm.
experience or like you'll meet someone cool, like that's kind of like payment.
Yep.
Or if you're gonna
Kinda.
go to the show anyways, in the case of like Cold Chamber, like I would have gone to that show anyways. So
Mhm.
I wanted to follow up on something else you said, like this new school of horror punk. Like who else would you consider in that? Because I definitely, you know, I would say horror punk, the term kind of came out of like the 90s, like post reunion of the Misfits era punk. And it had this very specific sound to it, which I don't necessarily relate to.
Yeah.
But
So
now like tell me about like this new school horror punk.
there's a lot of newer bands that, like I said, they're more like heavier. It's still the same idea of like all the spooky things that we love
Yeah.
so very much, whether it's horror movie themes or slasher or vampire or werewolf or whatever it is, whatever delicious spookiness they have in mind. But yeah, I think that they man, I lost it. Shit. Sorry.
Well,
I was thinking too much about
speaking
what I was
of,
going to
well,
say.
think about it. I wanted to say, speaking of, maybe you would consider this part of that. It's a great segue to advertise my show for next week.
There we go. Dun,
There
dun,
you
dun, dun.
Would you consider them? I know you know some of them.
Oh yeah.
The
I
Destruct
know those
Principle. I
guys
would
very
like.
well.
I remember. Well, I saw them probably the same day I saw you. In more recent times, right?
Yes,
I think it was
yes.
the same. It was the same weekend, definitely. At the Unconvention, and
Yeah.
I knew Adam a little bit because he sang with Abby Death. but I'd never heard the Destruct Principle, and I went in totally blind. I like turned on my camera and walked into their show, and I was like kind of scared, but like
yeah, that's good. That's
because
good. I'm sure they would be so happy to hear that.
no,
Yeah,
I
right.
will tell them that for sure. In a good way, like I'm so in, like I've been in horror punk bands. I've been in,
Yeah.
I've seen Guar like 30 times, like making a documentary about a horror punk band. Like I'm not easily shocked. I think things are cool, but I'm not like, wow, that's scary. Like this was a great example. Last weekend, do you ever hear of this band called Impaler?
No.
No, okay. Well, you got to watch my episode I did with him like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
They're this shock rock horror punk like heavy metal band. Well, they started as like a thrash band, I guess. They started in 1983.
Whoa.
And he's like one of the most like the pioneers of shock rock, like sort of like horror punk kind of thing. And they've had this gag that they've been doing for 30 something years or whatever, almost 40 years, where they would like rip someone's guts out, and like throw them in the audience and like eat them and stuff.
That's great.
And like that was probably really scary in 1983.
Yeah.
But like now it's probably pretty tame. And but it was great because I saw them at this metal festival last week, and they played in Brooklyn. They're from Minnesota, so it's rare that they come to Brooklyn. And they're like old dudes. They're probably like in their 50s, 60s, and they're still doing the same bloody stuff. And there was this little girl there, must have been there with like her father, who was probably in a band or something like that, probably about, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old, watching the show, and they're doing this, and she can't look away, but she's screaming. And I'm like, oh, to be that innocent and like actually find this shocking, instead of just cool. That was awesome. But when I saw the Destruct Principle, I was like, I'm kind of scared, and I like that because nobody can really do this to me anymore. But at the same time, I think if the more scary you are, the probably more of a nerd you are in real life, because like you took the time to cultivate that scariness.
That nerds are supervillains.
Yeah, I like that.
We have a lot of time to dedicate. We have discipline.
Ooh, discipline. Now we're talking. Well, how about we play a clip so the people can know what you guys look and sound like?
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh. So what is this here? Why is it slow? Is it slow for you?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
It's like Is
that better? I don't know what's
yeah,
happening.
that's better.
Yeah,
It's a little better.
There it is.
I learned to juggle knives for that.
Yeah.
So that's you juggling knives? I was wondering that.
We have legit videos of him in the backyard, like on a balance board, juggling knives.
That's
all
awesome.
over the place.
Well, yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about. You guys are like circus performers.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
And well, as you can see, you bring some of that into the music videos. Would you ever like incorporate that into your stage show?
Oh, we would if somebody would just pay us enough money.
That's true.
So if you're
I see the gigs that you play.
If you're watching this and you're seeing these videos and you're thinking to yourself, I need a band like that.
Yeah.
Then get in touch, because we need your money and your support.
Hell yeah. Yeah. What would the big budget cut like this show look like?
Oh, a big budget cut like this show.
Yeah, like, it's the stadium show. What would that be like?
We literally have like books of like written ideas for this already, but it would definitely incorporate a lot of our circus friends, because the circus world is small. So, if once a person makes it to professional status circus performer, if it's close enough to your area, you're gonna learn about them, and you're probably gonna do a gig with them or something like that.
Sure. Yeah, of course. I mean, like any scene, and if you get to the center of it, it's very small.
Yeah, exactly. So we all know each other. Don't talk smack
It's true.
about a
Well,
circus person to another circus person.
Yeah, I
are you
hear
talking
about
about Chris Smack?
No,
No.
I was talking about people talking smack.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
was saying, if people don't do it, circus people look out for each other. We will come
Word.
for you and we can juggle knives. Bad plan.
So this is a good segue. Um, talking about how everyone sort of knows each other in these scenes. It may look larger to the outside world, but when you get into it, it's like everyone kind of knows each other. Do you remember how we met or where we met?
Oh man.
I know I sprung this on you.
Some of this might not be stuff that we can actually talk about.
Um,
But let me
well,
see.
it
I feel like it was
possibly, but
probably the black and blue ball.
no, I've actually never been to one of those.
Oh man, that was a great party. Oh, you
Yeah,
would
I've
love
heard
it.
about it.
I've heard about it too. I
Yeah,
missed
bummed
out
that
on
I
it.
didn't
I
go.
won't
It might have
figure
been
out about
slightly before my time in New York.
yeah, it might have been. It
Yeah,
might
it
have been.
sounded great though. I'm sad I missed out on
Yeah,
that.
those parties were legendary. It
Who
was
put those
incredible.
on? Do you know?
There was it was always by Arena Studios
Oh,
and
okay.
Lita and Carrie, and they kick ass. So I love
Gotcha.
them. They're the best.
Well,
We played many times with my old band, but
yes,
he
yes.
wasn't in the band at that time.
Right. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll talk around that later. Because it is part of the story, you know. No, we met, I believe, and I'm bummed that I looked for some photos to see if we took a photo together that day. I guess we did not. We met as extras on a film that never came out.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I remember that day because I made a couple of other friends that I still have
Yeah.
to this day from that set, and it was at Don Hill's,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And the director was an Asian gentleman. He was Japanese.
Yeah, his
Because I
name was
talked to him a little bit.
Koyama something.
Yeah,
I have it
yeah.
written down somewhere, but I don't know if I
Yeah.
pronounced it correctly.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
were a bunch of my friends on that, and I
that
made some new friends on it. It was a interesting gig.
yeah, I just went there by myself. I actually have some pictures from it, but I couldn't show most of them because there's lots of fleshiness in them.
Yes, there is.
Is that you? I think that's you. It's blurry.
That looks like it's me. Yeah, that's me for sure.
Yeah.
That's my neon hair and that's my red velvet motorcycle jacket.
Right.
Yeah, that's 100% me right there.
Yeah, these are some terrible pictures, but this is from this film set we were on. And apparently he died a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
There's me with some other extras. That's why I thought we might have had like a photo together, but it was still like, yeah, I was kind of new to the city, new to the scene-ish, you know, and I was meeting people there too. And it was I just went by myself. You know, I didn't know anybody involved or anything like that. What do you remember? That was like some weird shit. I'm really disappointed that it never got finished.
Yeah, I remember them mashing up cakes to get like the perfect consistency of fake poo. It was
I don't remember that.
I remember.
Wait, was that like the backstage scenes? Because
yes,
I wasn't part of that. I was only on the stage ones. That's so funny.
Oh man,
This movie sounds crazy.
Yeah, this movie was a little crazy. It was a little crazy.
Yeah, I think it was going to be a short. I think he made like, I don't know. From what I understood, he just made these weird, like, sort of fetishy movies for like overseas audiences that paid him a lot of money to do it. I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I never saw any of them.
Sounds pretty sus.
Well, yeah, but if someone was paying you a bunch of money,
of our friends, so it's okay.
What's that?
I said so are 90% of our friends.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it was fun and we got paid for it, so who cares? Yeah, that's where we met, and then I went to see your band, and I know we didn't get to talk about this pre-show too much, but I actually found I don't have it available, so don't worry about it. But I found some footage that nobody's ever seen that I shot of said band. If
Oh,
you want
wow.
to see it in the future, I digitized it.
Well, anybody in the comments, if that's something that you want, if you need to see that footage,
it's
leave a
probably not
comment.
great. There was one show was at the Highline Ballroom, so it was a very nice stage. You
Yeah,
played
yeah,
with Das
yeah.
Eek.
Oh,
Oh, I
yeah.
remember that
That was a
show.
fun gig. Those guys were super nice. They were super nice dudes.
Yeah,
I
they
really liked
seemed
hanging
nice
out
every
with
time I
them.
met
They
them.
had a lot of really funny jokes about cannibals. It was great.
I just remember that one guy has like a keyboard on like it's like on wheels. He's always just like
Yeah,
riding it
yeah.
around the stage. That shit was funny.
That was really cool. I
Yeah.
always appreciate a band that goes a little over the top and extra with their stuff, you know?
Over
It's
the
like
top. What are you talking about? I don't know any bands like that. How about
You might
let's
know
see.
one or two,
I might
or
know one or two.
100,000.
I wish it was more prevalent like that. Well, let me show something that I can play of your band Cut Like This that I shot that nobody's probably ever seen, if that's okay.
Well,
This is
Oh,
from
yeah.
the Unconvention.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a fun show. The video guys were super cool and super nice.
Yeah.
Oh
They
yeah,
loved,
everyone
like-
was very helpful, thank God, because I had to deal
Yeah.
with them for 3 days.
Yeah, it was a really professional team. They were awesome. They really looked
Yeah.
out for us and gave us a really cool background. The guy
Yeah.
was actually mixing our
Oh,
footage
is that
we
what that
sent
is? I
him.
remember that. I was wondering
live.
that.
Yeah,
So
was doing
he
it
just like
live.
had your logo and he was just fucking with shit.
Yeah.
We were,
Yeah,
like,
that
so
guy was
crazy
cool.
with it, and you did.
Yeah, he was like, "Do you guys mind if I?" He's like, "I really like your footage. Stood out from all the other ones I got, and can I like tweak it and do crazy stuff with it and throw skulls around?" And we were like, "Yeah, go
Like,
nuts,
yeah,
man,
please.
go nuts!"
Yeah.
And then we
Go
saw the
for it.
footage, and we were like, "Whoa, that looked amazing!"
Yeah,
Oh
right.
yeah,
You know?
because you're not even looking at it. You can't
Yeah.
even see it.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I actually couldn't really see it until like later when I was looking at the footage and stuff from it, and it was
Yeah,
really
same
cool.
here, pretty much.
Yeah, no, he was going hard with it all weekend. Like
Yeah.
kudos to that guy. He kept the excitement up for himself somehow.
Yeah, that dude was awesome. He was super rad.
Yeah, this was a fun convention.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. The whole stage setup and the sound was very nice.
Yeah, because you never know what you're gonna get at some of these things.
Yeah, you never know. It could be amazing or it could be like atrocious, you know? It's like it could equally be either one. Just it's a roll of the dice, you know?
God, this song makes me hungry. So, what is this song about? Bite.
Bite is about it's kind of my remix of Red Riding Hood, and it's from the perspective of the wolf, and the
Right.
wolf is a werewolf. So when we play live, there's like a warning about werewolves and stuff from, you know, like a horror movie sample-ish kind of
Oh
thing.
yeah.
And then it goes into the song.
So would you consider yourself monster rock? Because I kind of say that you're monster rock.
I've never heard that term, but
Me
it
neither.
definitely sounds like
I guess
something that
it's
you could
not
apply
something
to
that
it.
people say, but I
Yeah.
say it. Like it's monster rock.
You know, I'll take that. That's fine.
You know?
What
You know?
What are
It's
your
not-
favorite
not wrong.
monsters?
Oh, my favorite monsters. Oh, now we're talking. All right.
Yeah.
First off, the number one, the classic, Mr. Freddy Krueger. Okay.
Yeah.
There's nobody better than him at his peak at that time.
Yeah.
That was the scariest image, but it was also really, really funny. But it was also incredibly violent for that time. Like if you look at
Yeah.
it now, it's still like really crazy. Like all of the all the
You
practical
talking about the
effects that they
first one
did.
or the whole series?
Well, yeah, well, we're talking more the early on. We
early
know
on.
it got a little crazy later on.
I really like New Nightmare. It's probably my second favorite, or maybe my favorite.
I like them all. I like them all for different reasons,
Yeah,
except for the remake.
I only saw that once. I wonder if it deserves a revisit. I only saw it once in the movie theater.
Yeah,
And I
I love
remember
the
being kind
actor
of
that.
disappointed, but like I think everything new the first time is going to be a little bit disappointing because
Yeah,
it's
because you have a
never
lot
going to
of
meet your
expectations.
expectations.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I do
True.
remember the whole subplot about like falling asleep for like half a second and like that kind of thing was really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So there was some yeah, the actor was fine, but he wasn't Robert Englund. It's never gonna be what you want.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
never
how can
gonna
you
be
win?
the same.
And it's like,
And
and he can do it for a really long time because it's all prosthetic
Yeah.
anyway, so it doesn't matter. People just want to hear his voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And his wittiness and his ridiculously over the
Yeah.
top, but everything about him so cool. He was definitely a big inspiration for the boogeyman in our video Boogeyman. That was definitely something that it was kind of a cross between Freddy Krueger and
What
a monster
wrong?
underneath your bed.
That's the one, right?
Yes.
yeah, this
Yeah. Apparently, I heard Blumhouse wants to bring Robert Englund back and start the
Yeah.
franchise up again.
Yeah,
Nice.
that is what
Are you
I
down
heard.
for that?
Absolutely,
definitely.
100% down with that. I'm 100% down.
Yeah, I
Anything.
mean, sure, why not? Like, even if it's
Right?
bad, it's like it's still Robert Englund. Like
Yeah.
before
Exactly.
he dies.
Seriously,
Did you ever see Robert Englund as the Phantom of the Opera?
Mm-mm.
no.
No,
Oh,
I did
man.
not. I did not know that happened in life. Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. I got to tell you about this now.
Okay, tell me about it. Let's go. Let's get
It
into
was
it.
1989. They made a Phantom of the Opera with Robert Englund, and it was sort of set in New York City.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the first so it's so bizarre. I mean, very soon after, like the lead girl gets knocked out and gets transported into the past for most of the movie, right?
Mhm.
But it's bookended by modern day New York City, and the first thing you see in the movie is Tower Records in New York City,
Oh man.
and you're like, what the fuck is happening? But it, like, how great is that? Because now I'm nostalgia for Tower Records too.
Yep.
And it's sort of the take on it is sort of half very book accurate and half like Jack the Ripper, because
Mhm.
it was a Canon film and Canon was just reusing sets, whatever they had left over, and it was some English like London stuff. So whatever, this one's set in London instead of Paris. But the big difference is that instead of wearing a mask, he skins people's faces off and stitches them onto his own.
Nice.
So it's like
Nice.
it's super gory
Yeah,
in that
that's great.
respect. I would
That's great.
definitely recommend it.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna watch that.
Yeah, it's like
100%.
it's the
That's right up my
slasher
alley.
Phantom of the Opera.
Mhm.
Yeah, that
You know?
sounds insane. I gotta see it.
Well, speaking of which, I'm a big fan of Phantom. What's your do you have a favorite Phantom of the Opera? Or is that
No,
not really
it's not
your
really.
scene?
It's not my scene. I'm not. Surprisingly, this is always very shocking to people.
Yeah.
I am not a theater person. One of my very, very close friends was, though. So I guess
that's
they
funny,
rubbed off
though.
on me in certain ways.
Yeah.
You know?
See, that's your association, though. A lot of people go straight to Lon Chaney, which is a classic monster, you know?
Mhm.
Or like, there's so many different versions of it. That's why I am starting a show about Phantom of the Opera called Found a Phantom.
Ah,
And the first
interesting.
episode will be tomorrow night at 9 p.m. This
Dun dun
time,
dun! Everybody watch it.
yes, found a Phantom. So I'm just gonna geek out about Phantom of the Opera stuff, and not
Sweet.
necessarily the musical because I'm a book purist.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
That's some
you know,
hardcore nerdage right there. When you're
but
like, no.
the thing about Phantom of the Opera stuff is that nobody's gotten it right, and therefore every version is super flawed. But
Uh-huh.
it's interesting to see how uniquely flawed each one is. And that's what makes them special. Like Phantom of the Paradise by Brian De Palma in the 70s. It was like Rocky Horror Picture Show before Rocky Horror Picture Show, you know, with music by Paul Williams, who wrote Rainbow Connection. Like, how much more bizarre can you get?
That is pretty weird.
That's just one, you know, Robert Englund tearing people's faces off, you know, like Tower Records, what the hell? It's just this is the gift that keeps on giving, but at the same time, always fucks it up. Do you have any other favorite like horror like bands, like music horror, you know, what's
Okay. Well,
I don't know,
besides Wednesday 13,
besides Wednesday 13,
who is a huge one for me.
Mhm.
I like Zombina and the Skeletons.
oh wow,
I
okay.
like my buddies from Philly, Dukey Devil and the Deviants. Those
I don't
guys are
know
pretty
that
rad.
one. What do
You
they
should
sound like?
check out some of they're very much the older school style of horror punk as we knew it in our time. You know what I mean? Like when we were in school, we were like jamming out.
What was the name again?
They're called Dukey Devil and the Deviants. And the guy, they're a big part of Horror Punks USA, who were our gracious hosts on a couple of awesome shows. We were part of their Pretty and Punk, all female fronted spooky chick night, and that was dope. I loved it. I met so many awesome bands, and I had such a good time. So I like the fact that they just are super about trying to build the scene into something stronger. And, you know, I hope that it gets, a lot bigger like it used to be, because it used to be a much bigger scene than I feel that it is now. You know, I feel like everything kind of like fractured off a little bit and not as many people go out or whatever.
Because of the pandemic and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Nothing's been the same.
I think it's coming back. I've been to some very exciting shows, I guess, in the, you know, I don't know.
I feel like all shows are exciting shows now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like every time I go, I'm like, yes, thank you for this precious moment in the outside world. Until my social battery runs out, and then I'm like,
right, yeah, like as we get older, our limit gets a little high, you know. I did see Guar a couple weeks ago. So
that's amazing.
That was awesome. This weekend I'm going to see the Aquabats. It's like the
I love them.
The opposite spectrum of costume rock, you know.
Yeah, I love those guys.
I love the whole spectrum.
Awesome.
And they're playing with Less Than Jake and Bowling for Soup, which
that's a weird combination. That's so weird.
Which
but
is
it could
not
be an
necessarily
show.
bands I've ever really listened to, but I kind of want to see them because they're gonna be there.
Yeah. That sounds like a musical adventure.
Yeah, no, but I'm there for the Aquabats, but I'll stay for the soup. What was the big song they did? I don't even remember. I know they had like one big song at least.
I can't remember. I'm sure if I heard it, I'd be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, me too. I know. I'm gonna go in surprised and be like, that's the band okay.
Yep.
It's like Stacy's Mom or something like that, but I don't think it's that one. Well, you probably know that I'm making a documentary, right? Or maybe about a horror punk band called Haunted Garage. And that was kind of the impetus of this show, to talk about. Well, when I was running the campaign, which is over now, it was just more press for me, basically. So I got to promote myself a little bit. I'm going to play the trailer for my documentary. And do you know anything about Haunted Garage?
Go for it. I want to see the trailer. I want to have.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
That's great because I like a fresh audience.
This will be our first look reaction.
Yes, this is a reaction video now.
Yeah.
To be discussion about the importance of danger, chaos, The possibility of something happening that really wasn't on the schedule.
Mr.
Yes.
Dukey Fly Swatter and
the Haunted Garage!
If you took 80s slasher movies and put it in a blender with metal and punk rock, you're gonna get Haunted Garage.
Dukey and his crew were almost like making horror movies, horror punk.
But the gag is, you're in the splash zone.
It is splatter rock. It is chainsaw rock and roll.
Not only chainsaw them, but would pull the guts out and spread them all over the place.
It's like going to a horror movie, except it's actually happening.
There was this real fervor at the time about shock rock, how bad it was for the kids.
The shock value was exactly what I wanted.
I look over and I see Dukey with his arms on fire.
The flashes from the rear end.
He got brain surgery live on stage.
Whenever you find something weird, we'll give a use for it.
It's not an act that we put on to go on stage.
We were real.
There was some shit being exercised right there.
That was the raw stuff.
You walk out of there feeling like you've maybe left the planet for a little while.
Their legacy is they were unique.
They did things that weren't being done, and they did things that were outside of people's comfort zones.
Dukey was always just ahead of his time on that.
But it really rocked hard. I mean, he had really good musicians in the band.
We didn't want it to be only this deep. We wanted it to be this deep.
It's Haunted Garage. That's the whole point of taking things too far.
They just were doing it to have a good time and make you laugh.
It was always fucking fun.
Actually, we're a lot more stable than I think Bill Cosby.
I don't know how to explain it. It exploded.
Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons.
Tom Waits was there.
We flying Axl Rose.
When you're sitting between Dukey and Elvira, it doesn't get any cooler than that.
There were lines around the block to see Haunted Garage. They were the it band at the time.
Those guys were gods to who they were gods to.
He's an icon of the underground exploitational genre.
Punk rock god of Hollywood.
Bela Lugosi's horrible punk rock grandson.
G.G. Allen, but fun.
He's like a friendly vampire.
He was LA's Peter Lorre.
You need somebody in a movie, that's the guy that you want.
Roger Ebert said it's the worst movie he's ever seen. Cold Steel, Sharon Stone? Who knew? He had a great writing career.
He puts everything he's got into it. He made his whole life his art.
I think that the whole world should know about it.
Now I'm gonna cry.
Slam, 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 slam.
Wait a minute, you're gonna get this.
Oh, thank you.
Nice, good trailer.
Yeah, see, you're my target audience. See, the reason I'm doing this is because not enough people know who Haunted Garage is, and the world needs to know, especially if you're in the horror music world. Like, this was like the genesis, sort of like, you know, they started in 1985. And ran until last year, more or less.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah,
it looks like
I
they
mean,
put on a crazy show
with some long breaks in between. But yeah, I mean, Tool and White Zombie used to open for them. You know,
What?
it's like, yeah,
No, wait a second.
You didn't see that flyer? Nirvana opening for them. Yeah, like those bands are doing stadium runs now, and it's like some of their first shows were opening for Haunted Garage. It's nuts. People don't, if you're outside of LA, like nobody knows who this band is. They were on Metal Blade Records. You worked on it, and yeah, in his B movie career. Have you ever seen any of his B movies? Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers or Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bowl-orama? No?
I don't think so.
You got to get your B movie on. You'll love some of these. Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers featuring Gunnar Hansen, the original Leatherface. You're speechless. Well, You worked on a horror movie sort of once. Do you remember this?
Well, I've been in a bunch of
You
things
have.
actually since then, because I've been like on like a background actor on like tons and tons of movies and
Anything
shows.
exciting you'd like to share?
I think weren't you on the Gotham one with me, or one of the Gotham one
No, I
episodes?
missed all the
Really?
Gotham stuff. I know Val was on one of
How
them.
did you of all people miss that?
I know. I'm like, it's one of
What's
my biggest
happening in
regrets.
your life?
I kept hearing about it like after it happened. It was like, where were you
Oh
for Gotham? And I'm
man.
like, what? Yeah, that's right. I remember seeing you there. You and Val are the
Yeah.
guest from my first episode as well.
Yes.
From Abby Death.
We love Abby Death.
Yeah,
Played
I've
an
known
awesome
Val
show
since
with
we were
them.
17.
Val's awesome. She is the
Yeah.
coolest.
Yes, Putty Root. Look, we have our 20-year reunion of our band together, Putty Root, next year.
Wow.
I know, isn't that nuts?
Yeah, that is pretty nuts.
I
You
know.
gonna do something special? How are you gonna do something special?
I'd like to, but it's all, again, like you were saying before, like who's paying you to do this? Like how much time out of your day are you gonna put into this?
Yeah.
So yes, I'm sure we definitely have had some stuff cooking for the past many, many years,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just bubbling up, and it's about to spill over. We just need to finish some shit.
All right. Well,
But yeah,
looking forward to seeing it.
We had a band called Putty Root 20 years ago. Oh my God, I'm old. I forgot about Gotham. I liked that. I never finished that series. I need to watch the end of it.
Yeah, I didn't finish it either. So,
but even though you were in it,
even though I was in it,
did you see all of your episodes?
I saw my episode. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you were only in one
it was
of
a
them?
really good episode too, because I was part of the Jerome's gang and stuff, and we got to destroy.
When you were in the police station?
Yeah, we got to destroy Gotham City PD, and the sets were amazing and beautiful and gorgeous, and the lighting was insane, and it was just really cool. Like
I really liked that show. Pee Wee Herman was in it.
Yeah, a lot of awesome actors.
Yeah, I liked him too. I forget his name, but he was in Shameless as well.
Mm-hmm.
He was great in that. What do you remember about this? Hopefully it's good memories.
Oh, Goth Kill. That was, I had a lot of fun at the opening night party, because we had
Where was that?
because we had I feel like it was at Slate.
Oh,
that
wow.
club
Yeah.
Slate. I'm pretty sure that's
Probably
where it was.
before it was called Slate. Was it still the Albion Batcave?
No, I
was,
don't think it was.
But it's the
I think
same
it was,
space, right?
Yeah, it was either that spot or, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's one of many. It's hard to remember all
New
of
York
them.
is constantly changing. Yeah,
I feel like
even the same spaces have different names throughout the years.
Yeah, exactly. But I definitely did go to the Butt Cave, as we affectionately referred to it.
I only made it there like once or twice before it closed down.
Oh, and those
Although I have a
fun
funny
times.
story about trying to get in there with a fake ID when I was like way too underage, and
Oh boy.
it didn't work. I did not see Tapping the Vein that night.
Oh, I love Tapping the Vein
I
so
know,
much.
right?
I haven't
Remember
heard
Tapping
that
the
name
Vein?
in a long time. Oh,
I was very disappointed, but looking back on it, I totally understand
Yeah.
why. The person trying to bring me in was like, "Oh, we'll just dress you like, older." So we wore like nice, like preppy clothing, and he brought me to this goth fetish place. And I'm like,
Oh
I
my
think we missed the
God.
mark here a little bit.
Yeah, dude.
We don't look like we
Oh.
fit in at all. It was bad, but I did play there a couple times when it was Slake. That was good.
Yeah.
Let's see some more cut like this. What do you think?
Go for it, man.
What can you tell us about this?
Oh, this is Lights Out, which was influenced by the Mexican folktale of La Llorona, which is a very prominent character in specifically Hispanic, Latinx kind of you know, it's actually Mexican,
Mm.
but there's actually versions of this particular type of character all around the world, including like the pilot episode of Supernatural. They have a woman in white.
Oh, I've never seen Supernatural. Would you recommend it?
Oh my God, Supernatural is awesome.
Okay.
I'm a nerd for that kind of stuff. So yes, any of those horror shows that are like, even if it's a CW horror show, I don't care. As long as it's a horror show, I'm gonna watch it.
Did you watch Stranger Things? I know we were talking
Of
about
course, yeah.
Robert Englund before.
Let's not spoil anything for anybody.
No, the only thing I'll spoil is I thought it was funny that Robert Englund played a character. That's not spoiling anything. But also they reference Freddy, the movies in the series, so he exists in both ways.
Yeah, totally.
Which was fun.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it, but we don't want to say anything to spoil anything for anybody.
No, but the
But
new ones are coming out
thumbs up.
really soon, right? Like in a couple days.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. About time.
I thought it was gonna be like 6 months away, and I was like, wait, it's coming out like about a week. That's cool.
Yeah, they kind of that's how they planned it to like be like a part 1 and a part 2.
Yeah, but it wasn't that much of a space in between. I
Yeah.
thought we were gonna have to wait, like Game of Thrones style.
Mhm.
Which I didn't watch until the whole thing was over, but I just remember people were so mad about that wait, and I was like, I thought it was so funny.
If only they knew how long nerds have waited since those books were originally written.
Yeah, were you one of those nerds?
For a proper adaptation of it. You know what I mean? It's just like, you think you were waiting, you think you're from the dark. I was born in the dark.
Are you outing yourself as one of those nerds?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
No, I never read any of those. But it was, I don't know, that
read all of
fantasy
them.
stuff is like a little
All.
too dense for me. I never even watched all the Lord of the Rings movies.
What?
I know, I'm a terrible person.
Shame.
Someone needs to like strap me down
I don't know. You
Orange
look like you
style.
would kind of enjoy that.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know if that would
depends.
really be a punishment for you.
Well, that's part of the fun, like make me excited to watch this thing. Yeah, those movies are really long.
Yeah,
There's-
they are.
and there's a new series of that coming out soon too, right?
Mhm.
Are
They're
you
making a
excited about
series
that?
of Willow, and that is what I am very excited about because
I remember seeing that as a child. I just remember there's a dragon, I think, right?
I saw that so many times because it was one of those things where it was on like channel 11 all the time,
Yeah.
which is like the free public like TV channel at
Yeah.
the time, and it was a New York one, and that had all the movies, but I didn't realize that they're actually censored.
Oh, yeah,
but
that makes sense.
yeah, they were heavily censored because when I later saw a lot of those same films, I was like, whoa, what's happening?
Wait,
like,
was Willow like naughty? Does it? 'Cause,
Willow
yeah, I remember
definitely
that
had
as a
some stuff.
child too. I can't imagine it as like an adult kind of movie, is it?
No.
No, not really.
Willow was awesome. It was an awesome like fantasy film. Peak Val Kilmer at his peak hotness.
Hmm.
It was good. It was good. And swords, and sorcery and all of the things that I enjoy.
I hear a song brewing.
That could be a song, actually.
Could be a
Yeah,
song.
I
like
haven't
something about
written a song
swords.
about sorcerers and
I
swords.
happen to know someone who juggles swords, so maybe you can incorporate that again. Is
We
there?
have a friend that can cut fruit like a fruit ninja, like the game. Like we decided she's a belly dancer, so she could
Okay.
like balance she's got this
Oh,
big sword.
obsidian?
And then we were like, let's do some real life fruit ninja with using like the hotel fruits that we had. So we're like throwing it, and,
Is that Pink Velvet Witch?
No, this was
No.
like one of our circus friends, Diana. Who's an
Gotcha.
amazing like belly dancer, and she was about to. We were on a gig together, and it was like an overnight one.
Mhm.
So when we're like packing things up, she's like, "Yo, let's try to do real life fruit ninja," and we're just throwing fruits and seeing what the belly dancing sword could cut through.
Speaking of interesting gigs, what have you been doing recently? Where
Oh,
were
man.
you?
We just went to Algeria. We just came back this past weekend. We were out there for like a week.
Yeah, so we're a little bit jet lagged still.
Yeah, how was that?
It's a
I saw your
very long
updates every
flight.
day.
Yeah, it was very long travel because it took an entire day to travel there because there's not a direct route. But it was very interesting and unique, and it wasn't at all what I thought it was going to be. And it was really cool. I got to see some pretty amazing artwork and stuff, and you know.
Yeah, they hooked us up with some really cool tours.
Yeah, we got to see some museums and things.
It was like a circus gig?
Yeah.
So cool. Algeria. I don't know anything about Algeria. Tell me something interesting about Algeria.
Algeria is said to have some of the best dates, and they were quite good. And they definitely tasted different than the dates that I've eaten here. I was like, okay. They're also known for olive oil. Yeah, and olive stuff in general. Like their olives are supposed to be the jam. And I will report that everything that I had that had olives in it was really, really good. It was like super yummy. So
nice.
Good job, Algeria.
Yeah. Good job going international. Like that's super exciting stuff.
Yeah. Now we can finally say we are officially internationally performing circus artists.
Yes, that's so cool.
Good feeling.
Is there
good little? Let me just dust the shoulders off real quick. Hold on. Okay.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
And I did my first cruise.
Step it up, United States.
Right? Get to work, United States.
Is there new? What can we expect in the future with Cut Like This? Is there a new album brewing? What's going on?
There are new singles a brewing.
Yeah, fuck albums, right? Nobody cares about them.
Like I just put something together and put it out.
Yeah,
we're like probably how Boogeyman came out, right?
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think we're gonna just focus on some singles for now. I just finished like building my little studio, so I'm gonna do a little video of my little like vocal closet. Which is actually a real closet that I turned into a little vocal booth.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that makes sense.
So, and it's actually funny because it's the same room that was in the Lights Out video.
Gotcha.
Was it Lights Out? Nope, Sky is Falling video. I was wrong.
Sort of the cage kind of thing. Yeah. That's good. When can we expect some new stuff? Is it to be determined? Is it's all just stirring in the pot?
Yeah, it's to be determined.
It's all stirring in the pot.
Yeah, and now that I'm finally starting to get over my jet lag, I'm looking to start working towards that again. But I hadn't had a set game plan yet.
We do have a show coming up.
Tell us about your show.
It's with the Lausketeers, who are absolutely awesome. They are a Ramones core girl pop punky kind of band, and they freaking rock. They're their energy is so high up there, and they're so fun.
Are they from New York?
Yes, they are from New York. So, and they play all over the place. So they are definitely a really cool. We're trying to get them into the city because I think they're like a little further up. But yeah, so that would be a really fun show.
Where is it?
It is over at. It has a strange name. I think it's a brewery. So I'll have to get
is
back.
Is it in New York or?
Yes, it is in New York, but it's not our New York. It's like upstate New York.
Well, I live upstate New York now, so.
Oh, see,
sort of. I mean, I'm back in the suburbs. I'm not in the city anymore.
Yeah, it's
I'm about an hour away.
The Great Migration.
Yeah, well, this is where I grew up, so I'm kind of just back after 15 years. But I'm still close enough. I'm only like an hour drive from the city, so I just drive in when I need to.
Nice. Yeah, that's not so bad at all.
Yeah, well, we like to consider ourselves suburbs. To New Yorkers, we're the upstate, but to us, Orange County's upstate. Like we're still close enough, So yeah, let me know. Maybe I can check it out. Maybe it's somewhere around me. I'm not sure.
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm looking it up right now.
Gotcha.
Dun dun dun.
Well, here, while you're doing that, let me run an ad. Let me do some ads.
Oh snap! Do the
For
ads.
myself, I also have an album that I'm finishing, and I have a little promo for you.
Oh snap!
And now,
do it.
A word from our sponsors.
Welcome to my pity party. Everyone's invited. Celebrate your misery. Apart but united. Hits. I'm writing hits. Writing hits.
I'm making hits, and you don't wanna miss it.
Comment below! Comment below! Comment below!
Yes. Now
That was
I'm-
intense. That was an intense ending.
Oh, is that good?
Yeah, I don't mind it. I like things
Cool.
that are intense.
Or the building, or my friend Pat. Which part of it was intense to you?
Oh, nothing. It was just the last thing where he was
Oh, yes.
screaming. That was intense.
That's my high school friend Pat. I thought he would be the perfect. It's going to be a video album. It's kind of going to look like it's happening on like a zoo, like something like this.
Oh,
because it's a
sweet.
very pandemic
Yes.
kind of creation.
Yes,
So
absolutely. We
I
know
was
all
like,
about it.
I need a party guide, and I thought he would be the perfect party guide, and
Mhm.
he definitely came through with the party guide-ness.
Nice. That's dope.
Yes. And here, let me do another quick ad. And this doubles as a music video from the album, because in the middle of the album there's an ad for myself. Because
Nice.
that's how you got to do it these days. Fuck traditional avenues. You just got to shove it in their faces.
VonEsper Studios is a multimedia production company in the New York City area specializing in capturing your moments in the forms of audio, video, and photography content. VonEsper Studios Music is the audio production and songwriting division that can create the perfect song for your needs. This is an example of just that. Need a jingle to make you tingle? VonEsper Studios Music is ready to write the hits you need for your project. If you are a singer, performer, business owner, or podcast host, you need great tunes to entice your audience. Or maybe you just need a theme song for yourself. VonEsper Studios is ready to create something to suit your needs. VonEsper Studios is ready to score your car commercial.
That's right. You can pay me to make music for you.
Give us your money.
Exactly.
Trust us. We are your
Yeah.
friends.
Yes. So tell me about this show. Did you get more information
Yes.
about it?
All right. Okay. Yes, I got better information now. Okay, it's July 15th at the River Outpost Brewing Company in Peekskill, New York.
Oh yeah, that is really upstate.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be up there. But yeah, we're excited. This is part of the Louseketeers Mandemic tour, and they are playing all over. That's like smack in the middle of it. So
Nice.
Feel free to check out their Insta if you guys want to get any of the other dates and all the other towns that they're hitting, from New York to Massachusetts to Connecticut to PA, all that good stuff.
Awesome. Is there a flyer on your website or
There is
on your
going to
Facebook?
be
There's
tonight.
going to be, yes.
I only advertise.
I know
one thing
they're
at a
jet
time.
lags. Give
So
them
you
a
had yours.
minute. Give them a minute.
Yeah, we are super jet lagged. Our sleeping schedule is destroyed.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I totally
we are a little
understand that.
loopy, a little bit loopy.
Yeah, well, you made it here tonight. I'm thankful for that.
Despite technology trying to spite us.
You know,
How dare you, technology? I thought we were friends. I thought we were friends.
we're gonna sick some monsters on you, technology. Maybe technology is the monster.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do any circus stuff in that music video, but you can hit a bunch of computers with baseball bats.
Don't worry, I'll never run out of weird ways to incorporate our strange skills
Word.
into our videos.
True. You got to use what you got. That's a good asset. I mean, and hire them for your other artists' music videos too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a site for like your circus stuff that's separate from the band, or is there anywhere
We
people
do,
can
but
check out?
we're rehauling it right now.
Gotcha.
So.
Rebrand. Is there like a umbrella name for it, or is it just you guys individually?
No, not well. Yeah, right now we're just working like freelance and
Yeah, we're
stuff
just
like
freelance
that.
right now.
Gotcha.
So just taking whatever circus gigs are available. So,
Yeah, totally.
It's coming back, but it's coming back a little bit slower than we would like. So.
Right. Well, again, the pandemic and all, right?
Oh yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, I mean, it killed my business too. I mean, I make videos and take pictures of stuff, and how do you do that when you can't
Nobody's
be in a room with
meeting
is going
anywhere.
on.
Yeah.
There's no events. You can't. Yeah, it was. And that's why I pivoted to making that documentary, because
I see.
I had a lot of time and not a lot of work. It's like maybe it's time to start some internal projects, and the album too. Of course, it's all finally coming to fruition. Maybe 2 years too late, but hey, better late than never.
Yeah, right.
Hey, you wrote it, put it out there. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be the next phase of this show too. I think. I've been talking to a bunch of like monster rock and shock rock people, and I think probably over the summer, I want to make sure the album's done first before I start hardcore promoting it. But that's kind of what I'm working on now. After the 2 months of doing the documentary campaign, that was like a full-time job.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, back to music. I got to finish this stuff. It's like, I think I'm on the final mixes maybe tonight, it's that close, but then I got to get it mastered.
Fingers
and all that.
crossed.
Yeah. But then I think the next phase of the show is going to be interviewing people that, having guests that were involved with the record in some way.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, well, I guess I'll have to have Abby Death back. They actually were a huge help to my album. They did a lot of background vocals and also
awesome.
helped me mix it and everything like that. Brian from the Dresden Dolls plays drums on a couple tracks.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm
That's
sure
awesome.
that's sort of in your aesthetic, circus. And they have a lot of circus performers and stuff like that. Yeah. Let's see one more clip from Cut Like This that I filmed. How about that?
Dun, 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 dun. Let's see it. What you got?
Let's see it.
What
I
you got?
think it's this one. Did I play this one?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I love that microphone stand. Tell me about that microphone stand.
Oh yeah. Well, that microphone stand was made by Ultimate Support. They had a line of really cool mic stands, and they don't make them anymore. So I have to like creep on like YouTube, creep on eBay and stuff like that. Trying to find like old ones that people like are reselling and stuff. But I'm just gonna keep using it until it falls to pieces, which it has a couple of times already. But
I saw that.
I'm really good at Frankensteining it back together. So,
Yeah, I was at that Lucky 13 show.
yes.
There was some trouble with the microphone stand.
But
wasn't it getting it caught in your dress and everything too?
and, yeah, I think it might have gotten caught in my big
man.
old hoop skirt. So.
But that's what makes the punk rock club so fun is all the mishaps, right?
Yeah, I think it's just, you have to have a lot of the same attitude when it comes to things like that, like thinking on your feet and being able to deal with whatever it is that comes up is something that you do, whether you're in a rock band that's touring or whether you are, in the circus. You know what I mean? It's either way, you're still going to be doing that. There's always, it's just anytime you're doing a live performance, period, then it's going to be a certain amount of madness that shall occur, whether you want to or not, and you just have to try to
always live. Doesn't matter how many rehearsals.
It does not matter. Doesn't matter. That's why you have to learn to embrace the, you have to embrace the moment because
embrace
that's
the chaos.
Just do it.
I think this picture is from a Stimulate.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
You must have just formed the band around this time, I think. Right?
Yeah, I think
and
so.
I caught you out of Stimulate. What happened to the hair?
I've gone through many hair transformations.
I'm not talking about you.
Oh.
You got tired of it?
It was just it's a whole lot easier to manage like this.
Yeah, especially if you're flying through the air, I bet, right?
Yeah.
It must have been, yeah.
Yeah, it could get in the way.
Do you feel like 10 pounds lighter now?
It is a little lighter. I can't complain about like the extra freedom that comes with it,
Yeah.
He gets ready so fast now. It's ridiculous.
Right.
Like it's just like instant. I'm like, man.
You can just wear wigs if you want it back, right?
It was definitely getting in the way of some of our circus training.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I definitely can't use your old name now. I just let's see. I love these photos.
Oh yes.
Yeah, those are cool.
Those were shot by our friend Neil Van Nakirk. Oh man, I'm sorry, Neil. I'm sorry if I messed that up.
It's jet lag. It's jet lag.
I'm jet lagged.
How many times did you have to jump in the air to get this shot?
We jumped in the air probably
I mean, a handful. But
at least like 10
too
times.
bad.
It wasn't crazy, but it was just, he's really good at just capturing that moment, man. He's just like, he's got a laser eye. It's intense.
That's another one.
Yeah. I love his photography. It's amazing. And this is Black Room Photo shot this one.
Look at that circuit. Look at that strength. Jesus Christ. Strength and style right here.
Oh yeah, that's what it's about.
Oh yeah, and this one's from the Uncon.
Yeah, that is from Unconvention for sure.
I wonder who's playing behind you. I forget.
It might, yeah, I'm not sure. It might be Genitorturers.
No, this was definitely way earlier in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, they had a big crowd for Genitorturers.
You're right, they did. It was awesome.
Genitorturers was great too.
So fantastic.
I think I have a clip of that. Hold on, let me see if I can pull that up. A live show. Woohoo. You know what? I'm going to play another ad. How about you want to see another teaser for the documentary?
Go for it.
All right.
What influence did B movies have on the band?
How many tapes do you have? How many loads have you got?
It started out as a band that was covering bad songs from bad movies.
I mean, they should be looked at as a legacy of Los Angeles.
They lived the movie lifestyle.
I had seen many of Dukey's movies long before I knew who he was.
I first saw Dukey Fly Swatter in a Green Jello video.
Because as soon as I saw him up on the stage, I go, oh fuck, that's that guy from Surf Nazis.
Roger Ebert said it's the worst movie he's ever seen.
They were such a part of our scene.
You know, a cult movie that's got its own fans. We've attracted our own fans and our own family.
Within a city of misfits like Hollywood, we were misfits.
He's an icon of the underground exploitational genre.
Punk rock god of Hollywood.
It was neat to see the same faces always orbiting this universe that Dukey Flyswatter seemed to be in the center of.
There was celebrities, weird people, cool people, interesting people.
Axel and Sass came to see us, and I slimed them really good.
Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons.
Tom Waits was there. I remember Fishbone showing up at a couple of gigs.
Courtney Love was afraid of us.
When you're sitting between Dukey and Elvira, it doesn't get any cooler than that.
Spike Lee wasn't impressed.
I'm just about to go on stage and Flea grabs my shoulder.
White Zombie and Haunted Garage and Tool were all in the same bill.
I think Soundgarden was opening for you. I would not be surprised.
I did a nude painting.
Clive Barker owns that painting.
Los Angeles seems to be a haven for insularly popular artist situation. You can destroy here, and nobody knows where you are anywhere else. No. It's crazy.
We'd like to be an A movie someday.
A B-A movie. An A-B movie.
A B-A movie?
A B-A. Cut!
All right, I found it.
Dun, 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 dun. What did you find?
I found this.
Oh, genital torturers, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
they rock so
that's what
hard.
I'm freaking talking about.
I actually forgot to play that clip. I had it for the episode with Abby on it, and I totally forgot to play it.
Well, I'm glad I got to see the light of day.
Hell
online.
yeah. They're always fun. And speaking of the Murder Dolls, Eric was in the Murder Dolls.
Mm-hmm.
So there he is right there playing
Dun, dun,
in the
dun,
Genitortures.
dun.
He said Genitortures is actually the longest band he's ever been in now.
I love that. You know what's funny? I actually played with the Genitortures and Hansel and Gretel at L'Amour's with my old band.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, I did not see that show, but
It
I
was
wish I did.
awesome. It was so much fun.
Yeah,
I
I've
had
seen
such
each
a
of
good
those acts
time.
individually a whole bunch of times. But
Yeah, and there was some other female fronted bands in there. And our friends Dark Eden, is that where we met? Might be where I met Dark Eden.
are they still a band?
No.
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 I don't
But,
I don't remember them. Oh man, the Genitortures.
Genitortures are awesome.
Was
And it was insane to see them live again. And it's like they just like
Had you
warped.
not seen them since then?
I hadn't seen
Oh,
no,
wow.
I hadn't seen them in a while. I feel like I definitely saw them at some event.
Yeah, they played
you
at a
know,
couple stimulates
in
and
there,
stuff
but
like that.
it had been a very long time since
They
I
played
had
a
seen them
studio
live.
at Webster Hall and
Yeah.
Gramercy Theater.
Yeah, I've seen them around, but it's been a couple years.
I've seen them there.
Yeah. I'm sure I probably saw them at the Batcave as well.
Yeah, that was a
So-
stimulator, a smack party or something.
Yeah, but that show at L'Amour's was
That's so
freaking
cool.
awesome. It was so good. It was such a great show. It was just badass female fronted bands and just people rocking the hell out. And
I
it
got
was-
to play
it was great.
L'Amour's once. I only been there twice.
Uh-huh.
and the first time was when I played there with Val and I's band 20 years ago. Putty Root. Our first show was at Lemore's opening for Bile.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean
Well, that's a
Bile
great
and like
lineup.
20 other
Yeah.
bands, but you know.
Yeah.
They didn't care, you know the deal. You had to sell like X amount of whatever.
Yep.
The scam, but hey, it was cool. Lemore's, and the other time I went there was to see somebody who used to be in the Misfits, who we don't talk about anymore.
Yes. Okay. I know who you
with
mean.
Lacuna Coil.
Ah. Okay.
And I remember that was in 2001 because I remember getting lost. This was before we had maps on our fucking phones, guys.
Yeah.
We had to like print out directions and hope for
we
the
would
best.
print out our MapQuest directions.
It was MapQuest, I'm sure. And we got lost getting to Brooklyn because we were driving and we hit the rubble from 9/11, so it was around that time. We passed right by it, and it was just like, oh shit, like that's crazy.
Yo, that's
and then of course like it closed like so many roads that we needed to take, so it was just like, that's what I remember most about that day.
I remember that funky smell. It was bad. It was like a weird.
Oh no, I went another third time. I saw Kitty there once. With Sworn Enemy.
Yeah.
Remember
Kitty's
Sworn
great.
Enemy?
I love Kitty so much.
Yeah. This was I think like the Oracle tour. I think. I don't know. Jen City was in the band, but new to the band.
Yeah.
So whatever that tour was. I don't know, but I miss Suicide City.
Yeah, that was a fun band.
Yeah, they were so great. I think we're winding down here. Anything else you want to tell the people about Cut Like This, or your?
Well, we are bringing back. We're bringing back the cutting room floor,
What's
and
that? Yes,
that
right.
is our horror review show. It has 30 episodes, so if you go to our YouTube channel, you can binge
watch
30
the
episodes.
Psycho Gorman.
Psycho Gorman was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that one. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I know. I definitely watched that one.
Yeah, that one was really good. That one was really good.
Do you have any movies that are that you have picked out yet, or?
Oh yeah, no, we've been watching a lot. So
can you reveal anything, or is it all a surprise?
You won't know. We're probably going to cover what they are currently calling the most gory zombie movie of all time, which is The Sadness.
I never heard of it. Is this a new movie?
It's a new Korean horror movie, and it is just it's brutality. It's just ridiculous.
Is it good? Or we have to wait for the review?
You'll have to wait for the review to find out.
But definitely bloody.
But
definitely bloody.
Definitely bloody. But definitely, I would say to anybody that is thinking of watching that film that it is, it is basically a trigger warning for every possible thing that you could be triggered by. So if that's, if assault of any sort is, not your jam, you don't watch this movie. Okay. This is not, because it's not the typical zombie movie.
It's called Sadness. Come on.
Yeah. It's called The Sadness. And you will experience the sadness watching this film. So that's definitely one we're gonna do.
I forgot to do this last week, but I do like to ask at the end if you have a recommendation. By the way, I have to say again, sorry about last week. I was supposed to have Maximum Bob on the show. Maximum Bob, the singer of one of my favorite bands of all time, the Deli Creeps. The band that the first band Buckethead was in. If you know Buckethead.
Awesome. Yeah, I love Buckethead.
Yeah. And he, about 20 minutes before the show, he had to cancel for a family emergency situation. So I went on without him, but we will be rescheduling this show. So stay tuned. There will be Maximum Bob. I'm not lying to you. Like it's going to be awesome. And I wanted to lead into saying I want to sort of end the show with some recommendations. Maybe The Sadness was your recommendation. If not,
No,
maybe
no,
you got
I
another
wouldn't
one. No.
necessarily recommend
Okay.
that one. That one
This
is
will.
one that needs to be vetted carefully.
I think this
But
is going to be my recommendation, even though it hasn't happened yet. It was just announced, and it's related. Praxis, featuring Buckethead and Bill Laswell and Brain, who made one of my favorite albums of all time together, is playing at Sony Hall in August 30th. I think it's the first time they've played in like 15 or 16 years or something.
whoa.
Brain, of course, you guys might know because he used to be in Primus and Guns N' Roses along with Buckethead and just
Okay.
all sorts of projects together going back to the 90s. And this is going to be epic. I debated even advertising it here just because I want to make sure I get tickets first. They go on sale tomorrow. So Praxis in New York
Fingers
City.
crossed for you, buddy. Fingers
Yeah, no,
crossed.
I'm going to be at work. I mean, like glued to my computer at 10 o'clock. And that's my recommendation for the day.
Well,
What was
a
something you want to
recommendation that we
recommend?
have.
You could have it together or separately. We could split this into
For
two
me,
recommendations.
it's not a movie, but I absolutely love this last season of Stranger Things that just came out on Netflix. So I would definitely recommend that.
Yes, and catch up because the new ones are coming out real soon.
Yeah. I would like
I
to
like that.
recommend my dear friends, the Mary Lou's.
Yeah.
They are also an adorably kooky, spooky, and yuki band. They are super, super adorable and cute and everything that we like that is spooky. And they are basically living Halloween ornaments.
And if you like the Mary Lou's, you're going to want to tune in next week for the Destruct Principle.
Yes, you will, because that's their sibling band.
That's right. I'm very excited about that. And then the week after, we have Carrot Top from the Radioactive Chicken Heads.
That's awesome.
A band that I may or may not have been in, depending on if I'm allowed to talk about it.
Oh,
let's just say I woke up one day as a chicken head on tour, and I lived the rock and roll dream. Or at least I have implanted memories. Perhaps it was, perhaps I was messed with by Dr. von Kluckenstein is the story I'm sticking to for now.
Okay, I see.
But we will have the Radioactive Chicken Heads on the show.
Maybe that'll help unravel the mystery.
Yeah, and surprisingly, a band that's been around for almost 30 years.
Dang.
If you can believe that. Yeah, if you love...
That is nuts.
Do you know anything about the Chicken Heads?
I just know they look awesome.
Yes, they do. Let's see, what should I pull up? I can show real quick. Maybe the... Oh, you know what? They did a great video for a cover they did somewhat recently. For Somebody's Watching Me.
Oh man, that's
song?
great. That song is so creepy. Like the actual lyrics of that song
Here, I'm gonna put this on in the background.
Are super creepy.
Oops. Yeah, totally. And in this video, they have a member of Devo, so it's even extra cool.
Yep.
I mean, who doesn't love Devo? Who I was supposed to see, but then the pandemic.
Oh yeah, pandemic squashed all your hopes.
Yeah,
well, they did so many others.
Here's a little taste of the Chicken Heads.
Oh wait, this looks very familiar. Hold on.
Yeah.
This is great. It's like green jello.
Well, we were on tour with Green Jello. It was very related because I was a member of Green Jello as well.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, nice.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah. Well, on the same tour, I was a member of the Radioactive Chicken Heads.
That's great.
Yeah. So yeah, stay tuned for some Radioactive Chicken Head action.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. I'm excited to see that episode.
I'm excited. Yeah. He's also in the documentary, as you saw in the trailer.
Yep.
And what else do I have to promote? Because this show is all about me promoting stuff and talking to cool people. That's what it is, man. Of course, tune in tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, for my Found a Phantom show. We're going to be talking to Becky Laff, who's making a graphic novel. The Kickstarter is live.
Nice.
It's going to be super cool. I mean, look at this artwork. It's
that artwork looks really cool.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
And I recommend you guys need to check out Robert Englund's Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah,
Because if you like Freddy Krueger, he was trying to do like his whole. he was trying to do like a more serious, like, I'm an actor role.
Yeah.
So not only is he like ripping people's faces off, he's
doing it eloquently.
He's like, I'm sophisticated, So I definitely recommend it.
That's great.
And it's shot beautifully. I think the director's name was Brad Davis. He does a lot of TV now. I think he did some of that. I could be getting his name totally wrong, but you remember there was a series of From Dusk Till Dawn?
Yeah.
Yep.
He did a bunch of those.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I know. I watch TV. I watch his name just pop up on episodes of random things sometimes. But that's the guy who did Robert Englund's Phantom of the Opera that starts at Tower Records in New York City. What the fuck? Yeah. I think that's about it.
Let's do it.
Sweet.
How do we do our call out? What did we say?
That's true. I don't really have one yet.
You need to come up with one.
I know. My friend Jeff says peace and hair grease. I'm not going to steal that, but like that's his version of it. What do you think my call out should be?
Oh, see, it's got to be something. I don't know. I need some time to think about it. Okay.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to run an ad, and then when we come back, we're gonna sign off, and we're gonna see what you come up with. Yes, hire me for all your audio-visual content needs.
Dun dun dun.
And
you want to give him your money, your hard-earned money. Put it in his hand. Do it.
is that how we're gonna sign off? Give me your money.
Yes.
I like that.
Oh wait, what if we sign off as we're weird and we want your money?
We'll be back next week. We're weird. We want your money. Goodbye.
Goodbye.